Hello, I'm Scott Hackworth of Industry Insights, and welcome back to this quarter's weather report for the Pool and Hot Tubs Alliance. I'm back to provide the latest insights and trends related to builders, service and maintenance professionals, and retailers in the industry. So let's go ahead and dive in. I like starting off by just addressing some of the top challenges that businesses are facing. The top three have remained the top three throughout. Economic factors such as inflation, consumer spending, maintaining profits, and then recruiting and retaining skilled employees. The recruiting and retaining employees is the one piece that has moved. And so the data here versus a year ago are showing that that concern has softened a bit. Still remains nearly half of companies say, hey, that's a real major issue for us, but it is at least showing some signs of softening, which matches the economic data. So let's talk about the economy. The real GDP. We have seen fairly strong performance from GDP, and that has been consistent. It's been very persistent, and we don't anticipate that changing anytime soon. So we feel like that'll hold for at least 3, 6, 9 more months and into 2025 and hopefully beyond. And so we are feeling pretty good about the solid performance of GDP and the economy. Housing starts. Now that is an area that we feel considerably less good about and has really struggled a bit to get started. Had a rough October, and so we are hoping that interest rates will start to fall and that we can see a little bit of an uptick in the housing starts. So we were optimistic recently. The October report was less so, and so we are hoping that 2025 starts some of that rebound period. Specifically, inflation, monetary policy is what's going on there. And so inflation seems to be largely at the target. The Fed has said about 2%, so we're getting there and kind of on track with that. The Fed has begun reducing rates. It does seem like they will remain with that. And so we're anticipating another reduction in December and hopefully a few more in 2025. So to bring the interest rates, or hopefully then the interest rates will follow. They're not always directly related, and we're seeing that loud and clear right now. But we do hope that as the funds rate begins to be further reduced, that eventually those prices will also come down on mortgage rates. Unemployment rate. So looking there, we are still historically low. We're at 4.1%. Anything under 4.5% is full employment. So we are still seeing tough times. However, that has been softening, much like the concerns that were voiced by business leaders. We are seeing some softening in the unemployment rates, and we're currently at about 1.1 jobs open per unemployed person who's looking. And so, which, yes, that's still very tight, but it is an improvement over the 2-to-1 that we were not too long ago. So we are seeing some definite improvements there. So let's look specifically within the industry. What are some sales trends that we can see happening? First, when we observed where have builders been this year, we're seeing that for the most part, they're flat. Mostly flat from what has been reported in terms of the median. So the typical builder, their sales look pretty flat for the year. So when we look at their expectations for the year ahead, we see that about 2/3 are feeling like, yes, sales will increase. And then that other third is kind of split between those who feel it'll be the same and some decrease is expected in the year ahead. Service providers, on the other hand, they have experienced, so according to our data through the quarterly pulse surveys, we have seen that they have ticked up a little bit, maybe 8% in terms of their sales growth through the year is about what we're seeing, and 3/4 are saying that yes, they expect next year will continue to be good, and that their sales will continue to climb. And then retailers. So retailers, like the builders, we've seen relatively flat sales levels, but we are seeing more optimism within the sector. So right now, close to 70% are telling us that they are seeing some increases in the year ahead. And so they are feeling good relatively about the year ahead, feeling like it will be better than was 2024. So looking specifically by product type, new pool sales. So the way we finished last year was we had some optimism in terms of new pool sales. So quarter four, so the way we finished out the year in 2023 and the way that we started 2024 brought some optimism to us in terms of feeling like we could see some solid growth, or at least some steady growth in pool sales. That has fallen off for the most part. Right now, we're at an even mix of those who are seeing growth versus those who are seeing a decline here toward the back couple quarters here of this year. So we will continue to watch that. Hopefully, we will see some rebound as we go into quarter four and start 2025. Remodel sales. Remodels, if you notice, the line is much higher than it was on pool sales, and that's because in general, remodel sales have been very strong. And so the increases have been steady. We are seeing that shrink just a little bit. So we're seeing it soften. We can see the trend line has come down and kind of lined out a little bit. But so again, we are optimistic that some jobs will start getting added, start being put in here Q4, Q1 of next year, and we'll see a little bit of a rebound there as well. And then portable hot tub swim spas. 2023 as a whole was a very, very tough time for hot tub swim spas. And but our data currently are showing that maybe we've somewhat bottomed out. So maybe 2023 was a low spot and we're starting to climb through there. And so our data are showing a larger portion of respondents are seeing some gains. And so that is encouraging. We hope that that trend line will continue and that we will just see more and more orange in the quarters to come. So just some closing thoughts. Builders, about 41% saw year-over-year sales growth during quarter three. It was pretty mixed, though, with those who saw a decrease. And pool sales dropped. We also saw that about half reported having some decline in their backlog as well. And so remodels, though, remain okay. They remain good. They remain elevated. So, and the builders are optimistic about the year ahead. Service and repair remains strong, remains very optimistic about what's coming. And then retailers similarly had a mixed results for quarter three. Hot tub sales are hopefully rebounding and climbing out, and there is a good amount of optimism about the year ahead. So with that, I just want to thank you for tuning in for this quarter's weather report. As always, you can find more information about the studies, about all the research and the great things that PHTA is offering. That's available on their website, so you can go there. And also, if you have any questions or if there's anything that we could address for you, please reach out to us as well. And I look forward to bringing you next quarter's weather report in February. So until then, this is Scott Hackworth signing off, and I wish you a great day. Thank you.